a global war. No one knew and few imagined how the outcome of this war would affect the world. Empires fell, maps were redrawn, and the lives of countless people around the world would never be the same. In 1917, America entered the war. President Woodrow Wilson had argued before a joint session of Congress that war was necessary in order that the world be made safe.
No, for greed.
Democracy. Drafted in high numbers, African Americans
There's Boricuas in here, and they will never be counted
they
in.
left home and fought across France. Then they returned home to continue fighting for the democracy
That doesn't respect them.
The Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History and Culture presents We Return.
Notice that I've been doing so much research and things that are coming up. Now, half of these veterans, well, soldiers, they were Boricuas, which now they call Puerto Rican. So nobody's gonna recognize them because now they got them on the African Americans. But you heard what she said. In 1917, they recruited them for war. 1917, they forced Puerto Ricans to become Americans for the war. And look how they treat them. So what this made me realize is that from 1917 to today, I have to look for the Boricuas under African Americans to see their achievements. That's why it shows that everything is so, people change, nobody really knows their lineage. They be changing so much. Right now they put Boricuas in here as African Americans, and if they don't know that they came from Puerto Rico, then they get caught up with a different lineage. Nothing today is pure, nothing today is foundational. Everything today is very mixed. And look at, this is over 100 years, 1917. And hardly nobody knows this history. Only Barack Obama gave an award to someone in 2015. People complain so much about Barack Obama. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't know everything and he made mistakes, but at least he recognized the Harlem Hellfighters. And another thing that will be so sad about this is that the Harlem Hellfighters were segregated from the Borinqueños. So if you're Boricua and your brother's light skin and you came out dark skin, you and your brother are gonna be segregated, one to Harlem Hellfighters and another one to the Borinqueños. Because there is a Puerto Rican a memorial for the Borinqueños, as for the Boricuas that came from Puerto Rico. But the Harlem Hellfighters, they're lost in the source. So this woke me up to realize, and my mother was telling me that a lot of things that Boricuas did are written on the African Americans because they forced them to become Americans. The best history you're gonna get is from the older people. My mom is pushing 90 years old, and I learned a lot from my grandmother in the past too. You're gonna learn a lot from your own people. Look, this history right here is gonna be written down as African Americans, all of them. And there's Boricuas, and the Boricuas will be erased. That's why you gotta teach the real history and to your family. Have a great weekend.